Welcome, guys, to the new podcast setup, and we're finally back. We're gonna be bringing on guests, as you guys can see. We got an extra mic. It's basically it. This is what we've been working on, what we've been waiting on. That's why we're a little bit delayed from when we put out that video, but we're finally back. Got plenty of topics to talk about, and look forward to next week. We're gonna have a Christmas podcast coming out, and other than that, we got a ton of podcast topics. But since we've been on break, how you been?
Well, I've been in quarantine the past 2 weeks because my family all had COVID. I didn't, but yeah, that I literally just couldn't leave the house at all for the last 2 weeks.
So how was that being in quarantine? Sitting there.
It was kind of shite. Like I couldn't do anything. I just had to stay home, and that's just what it was.
How'd you feel when you just had to sit at home alone by yourself?
I mean,
what'd you do with your free time since 2 weeks of
just played games and just basically just played games. That's pretty much it, because I couldn't leave the house anyways. I ordered food whenever I needed it, because I wasn't going to eat anything that my family made, and
just have them drop it at the doorstep?
Yep. Ordered some Grubhub and said, yep.
Did your family feel any way when they had about COVID, how they were handling it? Or?
I mean, they all felt like dog shit, so I just stayed clear of them. So
would you say you're taking extra precaution now?
I mean, none more than I was.
Yeah.
Maybe wear a mask a little bit more, but other than that.
So, while we were in quarantine, it was right after Thanksgiving. Jake Paul had a fight in the Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. He was the undercard right before the fight. Obviously, big meme, knocks out Nate Robinson, and now he decides that he wants to fight everyone.
Not really everyone. Basically, Conor McGregor, and he's kind of dumb for that because he wouldn't last around with McGregor.
Well, who do you call out? You call out Nate Diaz?
Well, Nate Diaz called him out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I know Dylan Dennis called him out. There's a bunch of YouTubers that called him out. But, the main one that stood out is he's been shit-talking McGregor crazy.
Yeah, and he wants to fight him in boxing to limit his skill, and I don't like that.
You seen how he did in the Mayweather fight? McGregor and Mayweather?
Yeah.
You know Mayweather can stay in, or McGregor can stay in there. I don't know if Jake stands a chance in that fight.
Yeah, no. I don't think he lasts a round.
Just how long he's been doing this and how skilled he is.
If anything, he lasts a round, and then.
I just think Jake's been getting lucky with having opponents that don't know how to fight.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 2 fights that were we had 1 amateur fight, and then he had 2. He's won all of them substantially, but it's just you're stepping up to a different level with McGregor.
Yeah, you are. And
but speaking of Pauls, we got Logan Paul. He recently announced that he's going to be fighting Mayweather, which that was a big shock. Didn't think a guy that's 0-2 in his fighting career would be fighting a guy that's 50-0. But I hope it doesn't become like the Roy Jones and Mike Tyson. I hope it doesn't become an exhibition.
Oh, it is, right? It already is an exhibition,
I think.
And
they didn't fight as hard, I don't feel like, in that fight because it was an exhibition. It was just getting money.
Did you see Mike Tyson's interview after?
No, what he said?
He was like, "I'm okay with the tie, man. I'm okay with the tie. It pleased the crowd," because he was he was high as fuck.
Jeez. Yeah, I felt like that was just for a minute. I thought it was gonna be a lot more than that, and it really wasn't something fun to watch. The undercards were better than that, and I think Jake really stole that away. But I don't know. How do you feel about McGregor and Logan? How that matchup, height-wise, weight-wise, skill-wise?
I mean, Mayweather and Logan.
Yeah, Mayweather and Logan.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna put money on both of them just cause. If I lose one, then I'll make it back from the other, and so I mean.
But who do you think wins? Why?
I think Mayweather's gonna win off points. I know Logan will go the distance, but I think Mayweather's gonna win off points because that's his play style.
I don't know. I think Mayweather's pretty much got it, just skill wise, and he's gonna play so defensive, which
Yeah, he's gonna win up points. Like he's
yeah.
gonna like hit jabs and all that. He's gonna defend himself. So.
But the height difference and the weight difference is
Yeah. I mean, he's fought heavier opponents before Mayweather, so I mean, doesn't really.
yeah. It's just if you're Mayweather, why would you take that fight though?
Like the Mr. Krabs mean money.
I mean, man had $100 million check, but I guess he ran through that pretty quick.
He's Floyd Money Mayweather. He's gonna take the fight.
Yeah, I mean that's they always gotta do something.
I just want to know if he'll say that this fight is also his last fight, like he said for the last like 10 fights.
Well, hopefully, if he loses, he's completely done, or if he wins. Once you retire.
Yeah, I don't know.
So another main thing we've been doing while we're not on the podcast, free time, we're sitting in the Discord, chatting up with friends. Anybody that's in there, if you guys want to join, just click the link in the description
down there,
and you'll see us in there talking. Join up. We got podcast topic ideas and for you guys to write down.
Yeah, you guys can submit like stories. You can do all that.
So if you guys want to connect more with us, just go in the Discord below. But recently, in the recent news, a lot of people have probably been seeing this on the news. The COVID vaccines have been rolling out. Slowly but surely, it's going to all the nurses who deserve that the most. And then it'll start rolling out to more people. But hopefully soon, in the 2021 is not going to be bad like 2020 was, and we can go back to normal life. I know it's.
And then the exploration season 1 will begin.
I just hope we go back to normal.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to sitting in my house for every day. Yeah, but since you've been on quarantine, we playing a lot of Fortnite. I think Fortnite's somehow got a revival.
Yeah, all the OG players are coming back.
Even a lot of them are friends.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's something about the game is just.
I know Lupo, Courage, and Ninja and Cypher were all playing the other day, and they've been running squads a lot. So
yeah, it's just something about the game just feels fun again. So if you guys haven't came back to the game or even tried it, try it out. I know it's been kind of dead, even though Cold War came out. Some people have had some negative reviews on it, but the Warzone didn't that just come out?
yeah.
So I mean that's something to try, but I mean if you ever want to just go back to Fortnite, see and try it. We've been having loads of fun on it.
Speaking of which, we're starting a gaming channel. That will also be in the description.
It used to be the Clips channel, so that'll be in the description if you guys want to go to that. We'll be probably 2 videos.
We got some new channel art for that. We're working on getting new channel art for this channel because we changed our name, but like we just gotta find a cheap guy that'll do it. Yeah. So.
And so if any guys have been watching in recent, this guy named Dream, just some Minecraft videos. This guy killing it. He's got like 12 million subs, or it's either 12 or 14.
Yeah, something like that.
But he's gotten, I think it's 6 to 8 mil in the last 6 months. The guy's absolutely blown way out. And you can talk about this. What did he supposedly fake?
You see, I don't really know a lot about it, but apparently he faked his speedruns and he had like insanely good luck. I'm not a big Minecraft guy, but I know like his mods made the mods of the speedrun made like a whole fucking documentary about it. And yeah,
because this guy's known for speedruns. Like,
yeah. If
you ever go on his channel, just Dream, but his videos of his speedruns have 60, 50, 70 mil. Him just running around, placing blocks as fast as he can, avoiding trying to die. And he's massive. Anything he does is just likes out everywhere. But I mean, if the scandal is true, that's I don't know how it's gonna affect him. It's gonna take him somewhat, but if it's not, those mods, that's just kind of somebody just trying to get clout again. We've seen that a lot in the past, but
yep.
And then you brought up the new DMCA law that they were talking about.
Yeah, so apparently, in like the next day or two, they tried to sneak it in with like a bill that Congress was trying to get passed, like really fast. I don't know much about that other one, but they tried to sneak it in with that one, and they got it. They snuck it in. So apparently, they're trying to like, they're not trying to do it to creators, I don't think, but it's gonna happen to creators that like DNCA laws can then sentence you to up to a maximum of 5 years in prison, and that's scary. Like that's scary for a lot of people.
That's gonna hurt Twitch and YouTube, right?
Like yeah, like I was thinking about starting a reaction channel, but not anymore because
Yeah, I mean, did it go through?
I don't know. I haven't checked up on it or anything. I just
Yeah, I mean, if it's out, it could be out now. Check up on it because that's some big news that'll stop a lot of content, even. But hopefully, I mean, that'll hurt Twitch streamers reacting to anything, and especially the YouTube scene. There's so many people that I bet watch reaction videos, even you guys. But that's, this whole internet thing is still new in these last couple decades, so people are just starting to get onto it. Like Twitch with their just regular DMCA strikes with music. They in the last couple months have got hit, people banned. Everybody used to just listen to music in the background of their streams, and now they can't. And they're all bored. But,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can't believe you could face prison for that.
Yeah, especially 5 years. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
That about it for the news.
That's about it for what we got on the news. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, we're gonna later today. We're gonna record our Christmas podcast. So, but Trevor's gonna be here. I don't know if he's gonna be on the podcast, but he's gonna be here. Derek's gonna be here.
Derek been on the podcast multiple times.
Yeah, so
Trevor's
a mod in our Discord. So, yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Hope you guys like the setup. We still got some panels set up in the background, but behind the scenes, it might be looking a little like a wreck. But you guys got any tips for us to do something with here? Sure to let us know, but rate it. We put it on our Twitter. You guys can also check that out down below. But
yeah, so shout out to Cole's parents for letting us do it.
Yeah, actually shout out because if we couldn't, we'd back to that setup on the computers and that little overlay that I don't know. I think that people like this better. A little bit something better to watch too. I know people like to watch. Once we went from just regular audio to video, that was a big upgrade, and people loved watching that. So many people reached out, and so we'll see about this. I mean, it's taken a long time.
Yeah, so if we're wearing the same outfit in the next podcast, it's because we're recording it literally right after this one.
But we also were coming out with a new style that we want to do. We want to just it'll be us two on, but we'll have somebody. Sometimes it'll be a guest, but sometimes we'll just mainly we'll have somebody on just to chime in on what we have to talk about, and then
yeah. So if you want to be a guest and you know us like personally, if you want to be a guest, you can actually call in to the podcast now, and it's really cool.
If you don't, because we can just Zoom with somebody and that'll work out.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, always just hit us up, join Discord or DM us on Twitter, and we'll be able to reply. If anybody, we got people that want to come on already, so just before, because we're gonna be doing these every week and just having fun with the game. Just doing what we do. We'll just kick back, relax. Hopefully, people like it. But I don't know if you got anything left. I think that was a good, solid podcast back.
Yeah.
Brought out good news. Some of it's a little, behind schedule, but topics for the podcast, our thoughts on it. But it is what it is. Stay tuned to whenever we put out the Christmas podcast. Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Either one.
It'll be one of those days.
If we premiere it, it will be on Christmas Eve, so we can be in the chat. But if we don't premiere it, it will be on Christmas Day. So
just look out for that.
Turn on noties.
So you guys can help us
join the Discord.
Get up in the YouTube algorithm. But other than that, solid podcast back. We'll see you guys on the Christmas podcast.